Hello everyone, welcome to the Redmen TV. Manchester United versus Liverpool. The team news is out. We'll be reacting to it in a moment, but yeah, good to see that the match, it looks like it's going to be going ahead. Liverpool's coach finally arrived safely at Old Trafford, which means yes, the game will be going ahead at 8:15 as it stands. Sounds we get to watch a game of football. Who will be playing for your mighty Reds in Aquamarine? We shall find out right now.
Right, I want to reveal it. Don't look at the board.
Don't look at me.
Right. Alisson Becker starts in goal. Andy Robertson, Reece Williams and Nat Phillips start as the centre-back pairing. Trent Alexander-Arnold, right-back. Fabinho, Wijnaldum, Thiago. No James Milner anywhere to be seen today. No Sadio Mane. Jota is in there. Mo Salah and Roberto Firmino. Substitutes, two goalkeepers. Adrian Kelleher. Then we've got Chimikas and Nico Williams. So no centre-half on the bench. So no Billy Cometto or anything like that. Kurt Jones, Shaqiri, Sadio Mane, Divock Origi from out of nowhere. And Ben Woodburn again. The main talking point obviously is going to be the centre half, and we've now seen the Manchester United team, so it looks like Pogba will probably be playing from the right hand side, I'd imagine. Rashford from the left, Cavani through the centre, with a midfield three of Fred, McTominay and Bruno Fernandes. Then you've got Luke Shaw left back, you've got Wan-Bissaka right back, you've got Lindelof and Bailly as their two centre halves, with Dean Henderson in nets behind them. So Cavani against Reece Williams and Nat Phillips, little bit of a concern there, to be honest with you. We know how Trent Alexander-Arnold has struggled in the past occasionally against Marcus Rashford, and then Andy Robertson against Pogba. Could be quite interesting. The midfield, you know, obviously gutted not to have someone like a James Milner in there to show that sort of leadership and maybe leave a little reducer in on Bruno Fernandes. But I'm sure that Fabinho and Thiago will happily oblige. I'm not sure Gini Wijnaldum will, because it's not really in his game. But Fabinho is going to look to try and get a little tackle in there, I'm sure. And then the front three, big talking point, Paul. No Sadio Mane, but Diogo Jota starts with Salah and Firmino.
Yeah, interesting stuff. You say the most weird decision, I think, in terms of what we've seen there from the team and the squad, moreover, is to have two goalkeepers on the bench when you've got, I mean, no, literally, but that, I mean, why would you not put, unless they're just thinking, we'll do something wild, you know, if, you know, I mean,
like Keller up front last five.
yeah, but you know, just, I mean, it's mad that you'd have Cometto on the bench at the weekend, but then not then put him on the bench for this, instead go with the two goal. Is there not a kid we could have brought along for the experience of it all? I really don't know. That's the one really strange thing for me. But look, you know, we talked about this on the build-up show. You know, we've gone with Reece Williams at the back.
Yeah.
Look, he's decided that's what he wants to do. He's clearly decided that he thinks the rest of the team is enough to make up for the fact that we have got, you know, the issues that we've got with our centre backs. We've decided clearly that we're better off with Fabinho midfield than Fabinho at centre half.
And I can understand that, to be honest with you. I mean, look, when James Milner's not available, what's your midfield three for this game if Fabinho's at the back? Yeah. So there's no proper DM. You've got one of the best 10s in the league going up against you in Bruno Fernandes. You've then got so Gini Wijnaldum's then playing the 6 maybe, Thiago, really. They've both done it, but I wouldn't say they've excelled in those positions. So then he's leading with a Kurt Jones or something, but with no proper DM, or, you know, so I can understand it. And I actually like it. I think it's a real confidence boost for Reece Williams. I tell you what, it's going to be a tough game for him. And whether he comes through it unscathed, I don't know. But I'm glad that Klopp puts the trust in his players. I'm glad that he puts that arm around him. You know, he'll have been talking to him all week about, you know, who he could potentially come up against. You know, he's going to be buzzing. He's going to be fighting for everything in this game. And that's a good thing when you're going into a game of football, I'd imagine, for a young lad. So
yeah, absolutely. Look, the thing about the Cavani stuff is, and they obviously started Greenwood against Leicester, and they kept Rashford, Fernandes and Cavani all on the bench, and then obviously left it too late and what have you. This has got all the hallmarks of famous last words, but it's pre-game football analysis for you. I don't mind Cavani if I don't mind that it's Cavani centre forward. He's brilliant. His movement is phenomenal. He's a great goal scorer. But he's still a big lad, and they do use him quite directly at times. Some of his flick-ons against Leicester were just he's so good. But that's a challenge that I think is in the wheelhouse of Nat Phillips and Reece Williams. I think I'd be more concerned if they'd gone with Greenwood, you know, and they'd gone with a bit more pace in attack, or put Rashford centre forward or whatever. Now they've got that option later on, of course, but I'm not too fearful. I mean, I've got actually our BBC think they're going to line up here. They've got Pogba from the left, Rashford from the right, which I know they've done quite a lot. And I know Gary Neville rages about it because Pogba can do the job, but it's not Rashford's best position. Yeah. And that's it's done to kind of accommodate Pogba in that situation, but to the detriment of Rashford. You'll see that switch over probably at some point in the second half when they bring Greenwood on. But I don't know. They've got all their qualities in their attacking talent.
Yeah.
And all our weaknesses is in our centre halves.
And you could almost say the flip reverse of them as well.
Yeah.
You know, our qualities in our attacking players, although maybe not over the last few weeks or months and stuff like that. But with Bailly and Lindelof at the back, I think we can get at them. I think Luke Shaw's been tremendous this season, not been talked about enough for how good he's been, even by United fans. Wan-Bissaka's a good defensive fullback, but the centre halves is where it's at. And can Liverpool get narrow? Can they start those sort of little moves with each other, those little 1-2s and stuff, and really sort of pull Lindelof and Bailly apart, and we'll see, won't we? And that's the point of it. But Liverpool's side is good enough to win this game. Yeah. I think it's a guaranteed both teams to score game, by the way. And I'm still thinking, probably looking at the sides, it's 1-1.
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, the Bailly stuff, can he play 2 games in that short space of time, given his injury problems? Obviously, they've tried the best to wrap Lindelof up to make sure that he's ready for that. It's as close to United's best team as they're going to put out there. And obviously, we've got our obvious issues, but we played well against them at Old Trafford in the Cup. And we're undone by a few little moments here and there. I'm weirdly, I say confidence, because confidence, sounds as though I've got some sort of insight into how I think the game will definitely go or whatever, and I haven't. I don't know. I was saying this on the build-up show for this game, is that there's a few little areas of Liverpool's play where we've turned the corner, I think, and it's undone a little bit by the fact that we drew those 2 games. And how much more comfortable life would be if we'd managed to win any one of those games, of course. But it's funny because when you look at the form table, and we're second in the form table behind only Manchester United, it says this is actually going to be a really good game of football regardless. But also our feelings and our emotions around Liverpool are tied into the whole season. Well, and how crap we've been.
It's all, Liverpool have been third in the form table prior to this week for 3 weeks or something like that. You know what I mean? The fact is, the difficulty we have right now is that we've not sustained it. That's the difficulty I have.
We've stopped getting beaten, which was the
which is a massive thing for us. But we've not spun a load of wins together yet, you know. But this is it. We were sat here a week ago and going, just make sure that the Man United game matters. Well, it matters because of everybody else's results as much as our own. 100%. And we're in a position where I think if we win our 4 games, we'll get into top 4. Whether we can win our 4 games is a completely different thing, but I think we'll know after tonight whether we can get top 4 or not.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You're dead right. I mean, this is the point of how it lies right now, is if Liverpool win their remaining 4 games of football, we'll be in. We just will. You know what I mean? And there's a goal difference issue there, but if you win your 4 games, there won't be a goal. There won't be a goal difference issue.
I don't really thingy with that, because Leicester could win 2-0 on all their games. And we could win 1-0 in every game. So we just don't know. Leicester could have a mad 5-0.
Chelsea or Leicester have got one of them's going to.
I understand that. But the goal difference thing is on Leicester.
Yeah, but it's one of them, isn't it? I would back any other era. Well, 90s era, Liverpool would fluff this. Recent years, we'd just do it. I don't quite know where we're at right now, but you know. You're right. I think you get through this game by hook or by crook, and if you can somehow get 3 points, I mean, look, if we get a point, it's not the end of the world, but if you can get 3 points, we're actually coming up against 3 teams that we historically have loads of trouble with. I've got a feeling we power through from there, because you've really got something to fight for all of a sudden, but it's going to hinge on tonight big time. Just to keep you guys updated, we've got Redmen Picks running for this game. You've got the last chance saloon to get involved with it. All you've got to do is pick some very simple answers to some very simple questions. Obviously, you've got to be 18 plus to play. Make sure you are gamble aware and do check the terms and conditions, of course. But yeah, there's a total prize pool of £1,000, but this week, winner takes all.
Oh, It's a big one.
Yeah, you get the most points, you get a grand.
A grand.
Just for clicking some buttons.
Just that's it. It's that easy. Like, and here's the thing: if you're in here now and you're waiting for the game at 8:15, which you are, let's all be honest, right? It'll take you about 2 minutes to sign up. You could win £1,000, and now you know the team. Which, when I set the questions, I didn't know the team.
Didn't know the game was going to be played.
Didn't know the game was going to be played. Yeah, so you've got a good. Now's the best chance to sort of sign up and get involved.
Mockery of both of us. Chris picked his like a week ago. I picked mine on the starting 11 prediction. But yeah, will Liverpool score in the first half? Chris has gone no. I've gone yes. Will we score in the second? Chris has gone yes. I've gone yes. How many goals will Liverpool score? Chris has gone 1. I've gone 2. And yeah, Chris just to back up his 1-1 prediction.
Oh, I said that early. Okay.
Yeah. Thinks that. Yeah. 56% of Redmen fans think that it will be just 1 goal to Liverpool. Will Liverpool beat Man United? But yes, 61% of Redmen players think that Liverpool will beat Man United. There's a bunch of questions. They're all dead simple. They're ranked from the easy ones, relatively speaking, at 1 point, and they go up to 4 points as well. And yeah, there's a leaderboard, and if you come top, you get £1,000. And the only time you ever have to put your bank details on this, by the way, all you need to do is have an email address so you can set up an account. And look, we've all got a Brazilian account. It's COVID. We've got accounts for everything these days. But yeah, you just literally need to do that. You only put your bank details in if you actually win money, and that's just so they can send the money to you, which is grand indeed.
Lovely, isn't it?
There is something else going on, by the way.
If you go to the top of the page there, you'll be able to see it. We've got a win me going on. Now, we've managed to get our hands on a PlayStation 5. Now, it's due to us by the end of the month, something like that. So the terms and conditions obviously do apply. If you do want to play for that, it's £5 essentially, and you can go in and you can win a PlayStation 5, which I'm sure you'd all love.
I like the way that you were like, did you lose count of the PlayStations for a moment there? Because you went like, PlayStation 5?
Yeah, I haven't had one since...
I mean, you've got a 4.
Is it 4, the one I've got? Yeah. Okay, sound.
So like, the last one.
I haven't had one for a long time that I remember the name of, I should have said.
Sad. It wants to be Mega Drive. So you can click that. The info's there.
I think that's the only PlayStation I've ever owned.
You had a PS1?
No, my brother had a PS1. I had a Nintendo 64. You know this.
I know you did, but like, we never played it. We played the PS1 in your.
No, it was in your bedroom. I played the N64.
It was in your bedroom.
No, that was Steve's bedroom.
No, it was in your bedroom. It was on the little telly up high.
No, that was our Steve's PlayStation.
Oh, yeah, but it was in your room.
No.
It was. I played it in your room.
No, we didn't.
Literally did.
We can do this somewhere else.
Why would I make that up? Why would I make something like that up? Like, I'll get him. I'll get him with a fantasy story about me playing WWE SmackDown on the PS1 in his bedroom. Fucking hell. Right, sounds. Yeah, we'll be back for the game. 15 minutes before kickoff, 8 p.m. Doing a watch along, doing a commentary, listening to some Liverpool songs, and hopefully watching Liverpool take another step towards top 4. Hope you guys will join us. Always a very, very good laugh indeed. But yeah, up the mighty Reds, and we'll see it all soon.
We must have just moved it into my room because it was always in our Steve's.
Fucking whatever.
So this is John Henderson's documentary, right? So we have to say the truth, huh? So let me say it like this.